welcome, folks, to another edition of RSF Radio. I'm your host, Joe Monday, and today is November 16th, 2017. I'm actually coming to you from the past. I'm on vacation right now. I'm not at my typical desk. I'm not even in the country, for that matter. I have no idea what's going on the front page of our Street Fighter. Not my job right now. Taking a break, taking a holiday. I'm on holiday. So it's going to be a little bit of a different episode this week. I'll catch up maybe 2 weeks from now. Or maybe have a special Thanksgiving. Yeah, it's going to be a Thanksgiving special next week. Oh, goodness. Maybe I have to plan something special for that. But in the meantime, what you got? I'm just going to do a little bit of reading from the final chapter of Geese Gym. So if you, forewarning, folks, if you are operating heavy machinery at this point in time, if you are operating a vehicle, maybe pull over to the side of the road, you are at risk of falling asleep. I've got one of those dulcet tones when I choose to read directly from text. It's a weird thing. I've talked about this before, where I might be able to speak with a certain amount of exuberance, but when it comes to reading, I have one tone, and it's the kind that is very sleep-inducing. So forewarning, folks, before we get into it. But the chapter I'm going to be reading from is called Drive. It'll be the final chapter of the 3rd edition of Geese Gym. Not available yet, full release. But let's get into it. Without further ado. Drive. The purpose. Early December of 2012, my father told me not to get him anything for Christmas. He was never one to stake value in material things, so this wasn't an obscure request. Instead, he asked me to create a personal mission statement, some philosophy or creed to live by, a written documentation of what I valued and the principles upon which things that I want to do, contributions or achievements, or who I want to be, my character, are based on. My father never asked to see this document. It was enough for him to know that it exists. If I had not honored my father's request, the Geese Gym tutorial series would not exist. A personal mission statement based on principles provides the basis for making major life-directing decisions. It is my compass. Through times of chaos, those words of guidance create stability. I have removed many of the obstacles in my life which would serve to betray the values outlined in my personal mission statement. My pursuit of those goals is a living expression of gratitude for my father's guidance. Thanks, Dean. Take the time to consider your own personal mission statement. Give yourself this mental safety net. When it comes to fighting games, ask yourself seriously what level of involvement you are willing to commit. I cannot answer this question for you, and if it turns out that you only want to casually enjoy the genre, that is absolutely fine. If this is true, then ultimately there is no anguish in defeat, because winning isn't the mission. But let's dig deeper. While a top-level mission statement is a good place to start, there's another level of refinement required to execute on those goals. Regardless of your objective, it is important to drill down into the skills required to be successful. For example, if you want to be the best player at your locals, you'll probably need some solid execution and matchup knowledge of the characters that you're likely to face. Now you have a target. If the steps are not clear on how to hit that target, there's no shame in asking for help. I wouldn't be where I am today without the support of the community. You know how much time and effort it will take to hone the skills necessary to meet your goal, and you will be equally aware of how much effort you are not committing to your mission statement. In your journey, you will falter. this is unavoidable. If you can't find the energy to continue pursuing your personal mission statement, then perhaps it is time to reconsider what truly matters. Taking a step back to observe the current landscape of your life can provide the perspective required to write your path or set the course for a new destination. You might discover that you need to remove certain influences from your life entirely if they are in excess of your mission statement. And if you want to be the best, prepare for the summit. If you want a career in fighting games, treat it like a career. Have a business plan. Understand the finances and the cost of sustaining your career. If you have a partner, you wouldn't open up a business without them knowing. Talk to them about your plan. These examples have nothing to do with in-game skill, but you will find that in your journey to establish yourself in this career path, that your dedication to these outside influences will drive you to the next level of success. Observe any top player in fighting games and notice how deliberate they are with their time and practice. Numerous champions have gone on record to say how much practice and grinding it took to beat one specific opponent. Not that they put in the effort to simply play well, but hours of their life dedicated to knowing exactly one opponent's tendencies. Does your current life situation allow you to put the time in for that specific type of work? Again, I can't answer that question for you, but I want you to be honest with yourself and always act in line with your personal mission statement. Workout. Write down your personal mission statement. I don't ever need to see it, but I would be content in knowing that it exists. And so concludes the final chapter of Geef's Gym on drive. Now, if that doesn't drive you to a career of success, maybe you read a better author. But in any case, I'm out there enjoying vacation. I'm having a grand old time. And hopefully if you want to pursue a career in fighting games, maybe that's what you need to step forward into that path. And good luck to you. If not, if you just want to enjoy games, that's absolutely fine. I enjoy fighting games. I'm on a different path. That's not my stated goal. But in any case, folks, that will wrap it up for the latest episode of RSF Radio. I'm sorry, it's a little short. It's a little bit different from what you're used to. Again, not even around check the front page of RSF to even know what's going on. But I would highly recommend going on over there, seeing what's happening. Fill me in. At me on Twitter. That's at Super Joe Monday. If things are on fire, let me know. I kind of need to know this stuff. But if they are on fire, I don't care. I'm on vacation. Woo! Not my job for this week. Anyway, folks, that wraps it up. We'll catch you again next Thursday or Friday morning, depending on how you catch your podcast. Again, if you are listening, if you haven't written a review for the podcast, I recommend doing so, especially on iTunes. From what I'm told from everyone who has a podcast, you're supposed to review it. Even if you don't like it, I don't know. Review bomb this shit. Who cares? But that will wrap it up. We'll be back next week with a special edition for Thanksgiving. Haven't planned that quite yet. That's well in the future, but working on that. Hoping to get a more, communal effort on the Thanksgiving episode of this particular podcast. So looking forward to that one. But I'll see you again next week on another edition of RSF Radio. Take care, folks.